Okay. Go ahead. Inside. Go ahead. Inside. Inside. In here. Come on. Alrighty. Hi guys. Once again, I screw up the time. Um, it's been so weird in my house with the timing. Well, welcome in because there's just too much going on here. Hi everyone. Welcome into WCIA Network. All right. Judy, my mod, welcome in. Let's see, do we've got Muffin Top in here yet? Yes, we do. Sorry I am late again, but thank you for waiting for me. Um, yes, because this is going to be an amazing, very insightful presentation. It's really good, and I know you guys are going to enjoy it. Um, let's see. Hello, A1 Way Street. Julie. Welcome. Um, oh, they're on my way. That's me. My two mods, welcome, please. You guys are doing a great job. I thank you so much. Mary C., hello. Hicks, welcome in. I think you are new. G.H. White, Rumple Long here. Welcome. Jean Warren. This is great. Let's see. Oh my gosh, you guys, keep rolling it in. Thank you. Sassafras, hello. Cami, hi. Colleen, good afternoon. Justice coming soon. Nancy Hopkins, I believe I said your name. Official Teams Mom. Hey, WCAO Network, everyone in chat. Hello. Colleen, I think I said. My brain is fried. Lucy Lee. Okay. Wow. um, today's presentation, I didn't feel like I was completely done with it, but here I am, and I am rolling. That's right. Wait, let me grab let me see, my blanket is around. Huh. No. Um, this is basically a continuation from yesterday's fake car. Now, as everyone knows, this channel is all about the Summer Moon Wild's missing children. It's all about bringing justice to the children by telling their story through how I see it and understand it through channeling of the kids' information. A lot of the cases that I'm covering, you do have information about it, and you have heard from the parents or you have heard from the guilty party, but no one is telling the true story beneath the story that they are telling, which is the story from the eyes of the children. You know, they see and witness the pain, and they're from the other side, meaning that they experienced it and understood it differently than whoever was bringing the harm to them. So I'm going to go over another presentation today that I see and I'm told is the location of where some of this happens. And I'm not saying that his location where this guy is where it's at. I'm saying that every element in what you see within this presentation and within his video represent the story. So it's never about the person that I'm putting up front, because I'm not making them the center conversation. I don't really fucking care about them. No offense, but I don't. I don't care about this guy that owns this channel because I don't know anything about him. Um, I have not, I have no right to judge him, and I have no right to say anything about him directly. So I'm giving you the information and conversation and story that is being shown within his video. So everything I do and say here falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. It's for entertainment purposes. I tell you what I see, and I tell you what I hear. And I go grab the elements that match that so I could tell you the story. So when I show you this, particularly from Gotcha Man's videos, it's not about him. It's telling you that what you see, the elements, what you see is the story being told through the children. And I am being told to use the closest images that tell the story. And that's what this guy gives me. Right? Well, I need to grab my blanket. Hold on. Stay right there, baby. No. I got my little doggy in here. Come on. Get in here. Come on here. Good. Much better. So today's presentation really does provide you with amazing images. It is extremely crowded, and Summer Moon Wells does have information to give her father, who isn't listening. Don Wells isn't listening anymore. He doesn't give a shit. His daughter hasn't stopped. His daughter hasn't stopped trying to communicate. But he has chosen to stop listening. There are certain people that will hear me today and listen to this presentation that know the truth. And all Summer Moon Wells has to say is go bring it to the law enforcement and confirm the story. Simple as that. Confirm the story. And Don, your daughter doesn't give a shit anymore because you have already passed Judgment Day. It's gone here and gone. It's gone. You are no good anymore for her. You cannot help her. That's the message. You could have helped her, but you can't anymore. Your day has come and gone. You will bring all of that energy, all of that pent up energy into court. And may justice come. And may justice come. Here is what I'm starting with today. Summer Moon Wells Missing Children Stories. And the people that actually, I'm not saying the person who is in this video, do use particular telephones that help with the purpose, and the phone looks like this. And for those that know I am right, yeah, you're probably like, holy mother shit, what the hell? How'd she get that? Well, because you dumbasses do have ways of showing it to me. I don't care if it was yesterday's video or 4 years ago. There's hundreds and thousands of videos out there. I know which one to go to because I'm directed to the correct video to get the information. It's not like I'm just going to anyone's channel saying, oh, there's a telephone with a weird looking image in it. Oh, that must be Summer Moon Wells. Ooh. No, I'm not. I have not wavered from the people that I get my information from since day one. It's all the same channels. It's all the same channels. The information that you're going to see within this telephone, which telephones are huge part of what's going on with these missing children and these sacrificed children. Ginormous part. I knew that from day one. Before it even was introduced to Summer Moon Wells, it was in my notepad. My notepad reads that they were at some, now I don't have my notepad in front of me, so I'm just going by how I remember it. I do have it in a few videos. One day I'll read it again. But they're at some big, huge party and with a big stage, and there are lots and lots of people, lots of different telephones, and there's a lady in long black hair with a man, and they kept looking over at Summer. I don't remember if I was holding Summer in my arms or if Robin was. I don't remember. But I went to ask someone to take a photo of all of us, me, Summer, Robin, like the group of whoever was with Summer. And the one photo, there's this one photo, and this is my intuitive read on it. This was my channeling. There was one photo that was taken that it shouldn't have been taken the night that all this stuff was happening, and all the phones are like, hand over the phones, give me all the phones, and everyone, they were giving back their phones, and they weren't the right phones. The phones got all confused. All the phones got confused. Everyone got back the wrong phone, but when you got back your phones, your information was wiped off of the phone. I'm like, what the hell's going on? This isn't my phone. So I wrote it down in my notebook because it was very vivid. I vividly could see the girl with the black hair. Her hair was pulled real tight back. She was sitting in the audience, like watching who to pick, like watching the children and who to pick. So these telephones have been here since before I met Summer Moon Wells. Before I met her. So when you have these messages, we get them all day. That's just how it works. Pay attention. Recognize your own tuition and recognize that these messages mean something, right? So this telephone, I went back 4 years to this particular person's video. And what I see through my third eye are the elements that I have been looking at. Part of what's happening with these children and how they're taking them and they're just quote unquote gone just taken, and no one knows how they're taken, and they don't see them being taken, and they're just gone from the property. There's a reason for that. They are just gone from the property. They have ways of taking these children where there is no way to trace it back. You can't trace it back through satellite. You can't trace it back through dogs smelling. Mm-mm. My theory that I see has everything to do with the phones, for sure, are part of the equipment, and they use these cars and they use the tires and so forth. As dumb as it sounds, it's working for them. So this telephone here has images on it that hold the Summer Moon Wells missing children. It's information. Here you see that it shows the information. It shows that piece of equipment that goes on the hand, which I call the finger cutter. And it's so funny. You guys who come in here and put your thumbs down, you're so stupid sometimes, because all that tells me is I've got something here. All that tells me is whatever I'm saying and whatever I'm presenting right now, you knew. I said that whoever is doing this is going to come in here. I said that from the beginning, that you will be here listening. And you'll be like, how the hell she get this? But the only way that you know how to respond is the way that you just responded just now. Those are taught to you. You were taught to respond that way, and it scares you to know that this information is out there. Whoever is holding this phone started out with a guy with dirty black hands, has a pink nail. Now, for those who are like, who cares he has a pink nail? That pink nail has been part of this Summer Moon Wells case since the day that we saw them on the swings, the day that we saw them at the water hole. There's this pink nail that shows up in all of these stories. So stick around, the ones that are getting angry, because I want you to stick around to listen to what you really need to be angry about. And that's that our world is allowing this, and our world has people like you that think it's okay. You understand that's the problem. That's the problem. Is that there's so much hatred and so much anger, and you don't know where to put it, that you have to go on a fucking channel and put your thumb down. Like, do you have nothing else? So go bake cookies and bring them to your neighbor. Go do something useful with your frickin' thumb. Anyways, this is what I'm showing you in these photos. So here, I'm going to close this out so I don't watch. Okay. Oh, good, Judy. I don't even know who that is. These photos are showing the equipment, and I'm showing you the telephone. I'm working my way into the presentation because this telephone is being held in his hand inside the fake car. Inside the fake car is where these telephone photos are coming from. She's sitting in the fake car. And it's obviously attached, and it's not working with equipment for a car. That's not what it's doing. I understand that people use phones to recalibrate. I get all that. That's not what we're looking at here. It's not what we're looking at all. It's not what we're looking at. Keep watching. It slowly does become the inside of the room, you know? And it shows the elements in which we show you in Summer Moon Wells. This is where it starts to get fun. The inside of the car that he is holding the phone looks like this. Now, obviously, it looks like two photos coming together, but that's okay because it's the information in between the two photos that they merge, which is the most important. This guy's face in the bottom right-hand corner pops up in the car, and he's basically in the car by himself. And so is a smiley face. This, to me, I said the other day, was the motherboard. In the video, there's two videos. In the video that he is changing the brakes, all I see is part of the sacrifice in which is happening to these people. To me, what you're looking at, this isn't equipment. These are pieces that are used for the sacrifice. It is pieces like this that I say are in the hands of some of these creators when they say that they're holding something. This is part of the equipment. Here it shows that it's attached to someone's foot. Now let me tell you something. This guy is in the car changing brakes. In the middle of everything, all of a sudden, the green face, the equipment that he's working with that's supposed to be made and being used for the brakes, is now attached to the toe. Now, I know it's attached to the toe because I've seen this over and over and over. Something gets attached to the foot, period. So if any of these cops really give a shit to know if that's true, look at their freaking toes. Was there something attached to them between their toes? In between their toe? Because that's where it goes. In between the big toe and the second toe. That's where it goes. And this equipment slowly turns into the elements. It turns into the elements that have the faces, that have the pricks, that go between the fingers. They're like tweezers. This is what we're looking at. Look at what is going on. This is what I started from the beginning. Slowly. I'm working my way up to showing you what is going on with this equipment. The ones that know that I'm right know that this is part of the process. This is part of the process. There's nothing about this photo that is changing the brakes. All of these images we have been looking at since Summer Moon Wells. It's not part of the equipment. My main focus today is going to be on the brakes and on the tire. Whatever equipment is used to take these kids and sacrifice them is equipment that lays around and is just such common pieces of equipment that they're not being looked at. They're not being looked at as a possible part of what's happening. When I tell you that they use these tires as part of the cover up, I know what I'm saying because I'm working my way up to it. Watch this tire thing. The hanging A is up on top on the guy's arm, and what's on the bottom there is the clear stick with the number 5 on top. Let me turn it. Watch, it's all coming, you guys. It's all coming. This here is attached to the tire, which is attached to a smiley face, and it's the clear stick with the number 5 that I showed you guys the other day is a major part of the equipment, right? When you turn it this way, they like using these smiley faces. Oh, it's going to keep getting better. This is what's attached. That's supposed to be the tire. It's not. This is all used as part of sacrifice. And it's very easy for the law enforcement to go nail this shit down. Every element that they use, I call bullshit. I call bullshit. There's the A that's hanging right by the tire. It's getting better. Here is the inside from this video, inside of what I call the fake car. There's a lot going on in this photo that shouldn't be here. We have seen enough of these white jug-like things for a year and a half. This is what we see in the car with Summer Moon Wells, in her fake car. These are extremely common. I don't know what it is. It's a white bag. That's what it looks like. The person that is maneuvering this thing is connected. Let me show you. This person in the car that is in the fake car has this on its face. So what I want to let you guys know is these images are very free to go get. And they're there for the authorities to really look at and understand that that is that guy. And he is moving a body. even if he's fucking not moving a body, look at his head attached to the number 5 thing on his neck. This is a victim. It's a victim. And this is supposed to be a plain old car in a body shop. I mean, just these few photos, you guys, really have enough information that the authorities could go do something, because what is in these photos, trust me when I say that the elements in here, they had to have found some of this stuff at least the Idaho 4, but they're not looking at it. These are covers, and these are used. There's the heart. That's supposed to be the bottom of the car. It's not. It's an insert. It's an insert, and it's part of what they use. It's the bottom of the car. Do you know how frustrating it is that I see this shit all day, and I could spend 1 hour on one photo and just pull it apart, and nothing's being done? This whole entire car situation is the fake car that I continuously tell you guys about. The fake car all the way over by the steering wheel. Take a look at it. Look what's going on over here. It's a lot going on over by the fake car. That's by the fake steering wheel. It's by the fake steering wheel. This is nothing more than them showing what's going on and how this was built. Whatever you see here is what was used from back when that Robert Vaughn created these pieces. They're working on the same system. Gets better. Slowly the fake car turns into the equipment that I have been showing. Especially this white, the one that's maroon in front of here. This piece here of the car, the fake car, is the most used piece of equipment in every murder that I am following. Let me crop it. Brighten it up a little. Take out the steering wheel. This is say hello to the piece of equipment that's the number 1 equipment. It's just maroon and not white. That's all. I showed you that the other day in Candace's fake hospital room. It is. Now, I don't know how big it is. For all I know, it's as big as my finger. Like, the measurements of this stuff, I don't understand the measurements. But what I do understand is when I see repeated elements and they're the same, I know what I'm looking at. because that's all I go to find are the elements, because it's the elements that make the you know, that the authorities could go get. That piece of machinery is what holds, that piece of machinery right here is what holds this body. They come together. They seem to appear together. And again, this whole entire situation here works with the pressure cooker as well. This to me is the guy on the bottom. That to me, as I'm showing you this, let me turn this guy. That's what I mean. The machines go together. I didn't even realize that these were the same. This is all in the same room. See? This is in the same room. No, that's a burnt head. It's a burnt head. And what you see to the right is the same thing. It just shows up differently, because that's what they do. They try to confuse you. So that machine that you see in the fake car is part of the process that creates what's going on with these people. There's the machine, and there it is in white. This is the garage. So there's the machine in white. What's really interesting for you guys to recognize is every case has the same thing going on in the rim of their doorway. It kind of goes with the person, I think. But this is exactly what's in Don Wells's. You know, this here is that's the same corner that Michael Vaughn has. That's the same corners that Kylie Rodney has, that they put in the doorway of that tree. They put her in between a tree. It's the same thing that's being shown here. And that's the machinery. Now, I don't know where these guys are, but what I can tell you is that the video has such a tremendous amount of information that I probably would never have gone on tonight if I kept pulling the information. Because really the most important part is to get my point across so the authorities go do something about it. See right here, right there is a girl and like, that's someone waiting. It's someone right in the corner of the room, you guys. I mean, that's the corner of the doorway. That's not normal. That's not normal. No one is in there with a mask 4 years ago, other than someone that's waiting to be sacrificed. Now, why is it in these guys' videos? I have no idea. I don't care. It's up to the authorities to figure out where the hell is that machine. Like, where's the machine? That's the information that's going to bring justice. This photo The corner photo to this photo, which I see is covered, is the inside of the fake car. Now, mind you, we know that that's not his car. We know that that is just a fake car inside of the room that does this stuff. He even has a smiley face. Summer Moon Wells' last photos, the most prominent thing, in the car that she has when she's in her tracksuit is that exactly that same purple light that goes down the middle. Just to tell you guys, if you go back and look at Summer Moon Wells' photos of her in the car with the tracksuit, she has this purple light that goes straight down the middle that shines on her, just like this video. I sneezed on the truth. It's the same purple light that Summer has shining on her, and I believe that that was the day that she was sacrificed. It's the same purple light that goes right down the middle. This is a photo of what it looks like in between his steering wheel. Now, you guys have seen photos like this before, believe it or not. For those who have been following me for a long time, I showed, you guys are going to know, I took the video of Don driving in the rain with his boys, right? And you play it slowly, this creepy face is on the pole. It shows up in his video, all over his video. Thank you, you guys. What's down in the corner here is the truth. That's the machine down there. See it? This is a picture of a hollow, like, just a hollow head. In the photo all the way down on the right-hand side, you guys, that's nothing more than the machinery that I showed you that was made by that Robert Vaughn many, many years ago. That is the same. It is just history repeating itself. It is history repeating itself. This is what the photos start to look like. All of this shit is what you see flying in the air of all of these murders. And it's nothing more than just them taking small little pieces and making them look big. All of these pieces I have pointed out over and over. Especially that piece with the blue on it. You know, it's so funny. It's so funny that piece with the blue on it, let me see, is it Don? Maybe it's Benny. Wait. That piece, let me see, is a very funny piece. Wait. Because now I've never gotten, oh my God, a response from anybody about anything, right? But I do remember, and I almost laughed. I actually was laughing because I almost felt as if Benny just was like, forget it. Like I felt as if he was going to start laughing. He said something about one of my videos. And he put my stuff up. And he was like, yeah, and she thinks that this is blue, and that this and that piece has something hanging from it. And he's like, Look at this. You know, I don't know what this is with this blue thing. As soon as he said something about it, I'm like, that is going to be one of the top freaking elements. And it is. It's to this day, it's an element that I consistently am showing and picking up, and it repeats itself. He's the one who locked that in by saying something. So it's like, as soon as, that's just how shit works here. That's how it works. And because nothing could be done here that's not for the sake of the missing children. It just can't be. Because there's nothing here that's being done maliciously or being done, through self. It's here for the children. So when any time anyone says something like that, I know to pay attention. So, for instance, and I just said to you the pink nail. This picture, let me grab this photo out. So this here, this is just an example for those that are new. This here is supposed to be Benny in the car, and that's just Benny in the car, and it's supposed to be his hands, just his hands. Look at the middle photo. I'm like, okay, so obviously, and this is where I'm like, they're puppeteering the hands. Like, this video was the most obvious that they were puppeteering the hands. Whoops. When I saw this one, I'm like, first of all, those aren't his hands, and he has that clear thing. That's the clear strip with the number 5 on the top. So when I mention things like this, like, oh, that's the clear stick with the number 5 on the top, I'm mentioning it because I've seen it so many times before, right? But this one, this is the best. So Benny's the one who showed this to me. Like, there's the stick. These are trophies. These are things that they go hunting for. They go and they get them. They go and get them. I don't know where, how. Trust me, because I would be meeting them over there being like, haha, I have it before you have it. But I believe this is what's all put in these parts of the car, and it goes in there, and Adventures with Purpose kind of a company goes and gets it. That right there, that Benny has in his hand, is no different than what I'm showing you here attached to the tire. These are the same things. They have the same purpose. You see, it's the same information. It always has been. All I do is repeat it. That's it. But, the examples that I could give throughout all of this stuff is just, it's endless, because that's what I do all week long. I do it all week long, and I show you how this information is all one. They make it look small, they make it look big, they could make it look any size, but at the end of the day, they're all the same elements. They're not changing. But I know that no one's talking about it, right? Except for those that are on my channel here. But It's all the same. All the same. All right. Let's close this out. It's this purple thing. Get rid of that. Oh, let me show you closer. What page is this? Let me show you a little closer of this photo on page 21 here. This photo here, right, has a tremendous amount of information. Now understand that these are photos that just came from his video of the car, right? But it really holds a lot of different elements that I have shown in the past. They're weird looking, but they're shouldn't be in this video, but they're pretty much consistent. They don't change. That little teeny picture on the bottom here, I'll show you what that is. Those give the most information. See the phone, like the fake phone sticking out? This here speaks. See that? That is what's by the fake wheel. This is supposed to be in the car. These are the main pieces, you guys. These are the pieces that I keep showing you. They look like critters, right? They look like number 5s. They look like faces. But this is interesting that the purple, this is the first time in this guy's video that the purple is so pronounced. And it's this purple that is so pronounced right down the middle of Summer Moon Wells' photo. And I cannot even say I'm going to find it, because I know what happens when I say I'm going to find something. And I couldn't keep pushing this off. But this is the first time that this to me looks like a fake car that Summer could have been in. And I'm not just saying that, I'm saying that I feel the light is the same. So when I say something like that, I'm not just blurting it out. I'm telling you that the feeling that I'm getting with that purple light, I feel as if it's the same purple light as Summer had. I will have to find that. Maybe it's in my mix of pictures. Because that's a photo actually that I haven't compared yet. I have it, but I haven't had something feel this way for me with that photo. It's different. It's very different. Let me see something. Oh, I shouldn't have said that out loud. Summer. I looked at those. Mix of photos. Kids. So many pictures of kids. Of so many of these kids that pop up in these videos, and And I know, I mean, if they weren't missing and they weren't part of this, someone would have been like, oh, you have a picture of my kid up there, right? Right. Well, if anyone knows what it is, you could send it to me. Um, Carrying on. So there's the machine again. This is a photo of a fence. I showed this the other day, but what I did, that's the machine, you guys. It's being shown very clearly. What I did with this photo this time was I turned it around. I showed it to you guys the other day like this, and there was something else down there. There was like all those little pieces. This part of the film showed the equipment. So to me, this is underground. And he brings a key over to the fence. So either this is well, what I want to say is it's a locked fence door. I'm seeing a bolt lock. Like I'm seeing, this is locked. And this is actually all in one photo, right? When in the beginning I would show Appalachian Fairground, and I would be like, there's some sort of barbed wire or something like in the dirt itself, and this is what we kept seeing. So this to me makes the most sense because this is what we saw. This is what I saw in the beginning. A lot of this mud like that with barbed wire over it. And now it's showing the equipment is down here. You see that? So either this is, let me think for a second. Let me just look at this. Okay. Um, you guys see that machine? That's the white machine I just showed you in the beginning. I show it just about all the time. This is reminding me of um, Arden Papillon. Um, Definitely of Arden. That's who's coming through to me. That what we're looking at, um, let me see here. Sorry guys, I need to look through Arden's picture for a minute. We are looking at barbed wire situation. Interesting. Um, you you guys, as I'm pulling up Arden's information, what I'm seeing, because I haven't gone back to this, I'm going to put these up there. I'm seeing like similarity in pajamas now from some of these kids, as well as furniture. So those are people that don't know what I'm talking about. Arbana, who's Arden's mom, sent me like 72 photos. And she's like, she didn't give me much information, but I use them all the time. She's like, she was telling me that she took this information and no one has gone there to look. And I go back to her photos often, not that often, but to look. And I really need to go back to them because with each step forward we take, more information shows. So what I'm feeling is that somehow the barbed wire situation Urbana maybe needs to be looked at closer and compared to the information that Urbana gave me. Like these need to be looked at much closer. And it's just crazy how no one has gone there from the authorities. That's just crazy to me. Okay, here's more of this room and what you see inside the fake car. The purple light is bothering the shit out of me, you guys. This is what's on the bottom of the car, and there's two of them. You could see that little head poking out. I told you that, wherever they're hiding, they have like this little hole, and that's the cover. See how the brown cover is a little hole on it? This is your fake car, you guys. So when I say fake car, this is what I'm talking about. All of these photos come from the car. Looks like a body. All of these photos come from the interior of the car. Oh, this is too little. So here what you're looking at is they're trying to say that they're changing a tire. Now this is where I say that this shit is this is where I say that the head goes. I mean, take it or leave it. But this is not them changing a tire. This is part of the process. This is part of the equipment. You could see the fingers are going in it. There's a big issue with these photos. And then, like I've showed you with Kylie Rodney especially. Kylie Rodney had the same kind of a smiley face on her. I've shown these to you. And they're dark. I said that they're just like that. That's the smiley face. That's made of this stuff. Now, how they're making it like this. I need to point this out. Within this area of this equipment is built. This equipment, I believe, was built many, many years ago. I have showed you before these little markings that I found on Gacy's stuff. It was like he had like the same tattoo markings on his photos. What is so strange to me is what you're looking at is what the markings look like. Let me grab one. It's just a photo. Here's one. All of John Wayne Gacy's photos have that in the corner. Not all, most. And when I saw that, I mean, it may mean nothing, but when I saw it, I'm like, it's the same information. There's a lot of similarities with these cases in John Wayne Gacy's. Like, these are pictures from his. There's a lot of similar shit in it. You see that? See that white thing with the heart? So this to me matches. These are John Wayne Gacy's, and I just think that they're just so similar. I can't let it go. Do you guys see what I'm talking about? This little thing here with the rope is the same stuff that I'm showing you today. Like, why would this be the same? It's whoever does stuff on him should really recognize this. He had all these threads on his people also. Well, that was just something I wanted to point out. Again, more, this is what's going on under the car. This is more than a brake change. I could match this shit up all day long. See, that little thing is bugging me. Across the street, now this is something that was interesting. Across the street in his video had the red car like that, but the front of it is green. Now, how strange is that? That to me looked like the red Toyota. And the point being that the front of it is green is very unusual. grab it here. Let me show you a closer one. That smiley face on top, you guys, shows up in all the murders. This is across from Catch a Guy's house. But the front of the car shows that it's green. And I just find it so peculiar that I just talked about the green truck yesterday. Like it's the green bit, there's the green truck. That would be an interesting thing to look into. And that's the smiley face that we found on Kylie. This is what happens to the video halfway through. It gets almost like it looks like it's painted. Like someone painted it. Kind of reminded me of that guy Scott's paintings. But the other part that's not painted is showing very clearly. I know what the equipment looks like because we've been looking at it. When you cut out like the parts that are painted, it's really weird. It's a weird thing. This is the machinery. And then all this other shit shows up that we have seen before. All that silvery stuff with the hearts. And there's the stuff that flies around. Those are the critters. Like, it's all in here. It's the green, the maroon, the white critter. And these look like paintings. The hand here is within the circle. So this was a great example. Let me turn it. Showing you how this has nothing to do with breaks if this guy's finger is in there. And all the critter things are there too. See? And then if you look really closely to the smallest photo, here I'll crop it. It's showing you the elements that are found, within these cases. Let me crop it and turn it so you guys could see it clearly. You'll see the E. So you see that this is on the guy's hand, right? That's on his hand. This is what's in the smaller one. Oh, really gets pixelated. Could kind of see. Look right here. Let me circle it. This here is a critter, and then these are all critters, but you can't see them. They're just so small. But the fingers are in this contraction, and this is part of the pain, and this is part of the sacrifice. So you can't tell me that this is a fucking thing that does breaks. The green screen is used in particular parts where you can't see anything, but when I could grab elements out, this is what I'm able to grab. This screen all fills with green. and I could tell that we're in the room of where this stuff happens, and this is what's in there. This piece here, it's like a microchip. It's like really important. Each person has one. It's the same thing as the stick with the number 5 on it. It's the same thing. It just happens to be in a plastic bag, but they're in that room. I feel like it's kind of like almost like an operating room or something. But this is what's going on. These little pieces are really important. So that's the number 5. That's the closest, clearest number 5 box that I have, I think. I might be wrong, but you know, the fact being that this is in the video shouldn't be, and none of this should be there. You guys, one day, the authorities are going to start to want to break this shit apart, because it's over and over and over, and this is what's going on with the wheel. The smiley face is inside the wheel. So the smiley face you see is down on the right hand side, right here. Here it is here. And then it gets covered with this cover. It's in here. This is the smiley face. And then it gets covered because it's in there. These are little wheels. This is really sick. Sick. So in his car next to him, in the seat next to him, is what you see up on the left-hand side. The room that turns green seems very medical to me. It like it's like I don't know. So there's the green face. And that is definitely, it's a room. It's not a room you want to find yourself in, that's for sure. Here's the battery. And the battery looks like those number 5s. Let me brighten it up. All the way to the left. Wait, let me brighten it up. This here, let me turn it upside down, is very common. It's got the heart on the bottom. This is what that hand looks like. Looks like cement. And then the one all the way to the right actually is holding on to the one of those little precious little hearts. Right there. Again, I've showed this photo. It's what's in his car. I've got to find that purple photo of Summer. Here are the hands. You could really see clearly here that there's a problem going on here. The hands are different. Are different hand. They're like different fingernails. This is torture is what I see. Because that's not someone working that work. I mean, that's a young person with young looking hands. This is what's going on, you guys. See what she's attached to? I'm saying she because I think the one on the right side is a girl. This here, remember I told you each person has one. Summer had her own stick. Madeline McCain had her own stick. It looks like this. This is what her finger is on. They each had their own stick. There it is. It's really sick. And I'm not sure what it's going to take, truthfully. But these hands are not all the same. They're mixed. And this is showing you the maroon box that you look down into, but they cannot see up. So what I'm telling you is this is the one-way mirror box right here. Jody Sue shows it often. Benny shows it often in their room. This is the same thing that was behind Summer. There's that thing again, you guys. There's that marking again that's like John Wayne Gacy. It's kind of freaking me out a little. Right here. It's in his pictures, you guys. This is someone's head. This is the smiley face. So let me explain something. This is supposed to be the tire. It's a head. Okay? This is their work area. It's a fake car. This is what they're doing to the people. This is a reflection. People are filming or looking through this. See? It's all the same equipment. Here's the chair that this chair here probably has that thing connected to the neck just like Michael Vaughn had. This is the situation, you guys. Everything matches that I say. Michael Vaughn had that same thing around his neck, you guys, if you want to believe it or not. It's so sad to me that it's not being recognized. Let me show you something. Here's Summer on her chair. So understand, when I say they're together, that picture of Summer on probably the same freaking chair thing in her head is in the same thing as Michael Vaughn's. This is the equipment. Over here comes from Michael Vaughn's photos. That side of the photo is taken from this. It's behind him, connected to the chair. Summer Moon Wells's shit that was on her is with Michael Vaughn as well. That there, this is the same stuff, you guys. It's just deep faked. That little red thing, and what you see Michael Vaughn on, and what you see Summer on here, which is the same red thing, and her head is against that same thing that is behind Michael Vaughn, is no different than this. Nothing. It's all the same. No one has said anything about any of these photos that are really, really, really similar. Not one thing. This one just kills me. It's identical. It's identical. And that's probably Summer right there on the V. But no. No. This photo got no traction. And it's a match. Imagine. This is what they've gone through. This is what they're going through. This is what they went through. I even showed this to them. I said, like, all of these things that have these pointy, wait, come on, pull this out. The heck? Sometimes these things act so weird. Let me close this out. Okay. It won't let me. Won't let me pull this picture out. Forget it. So this is what you're looking at. And the guy on the bottom is most likely the person that is in such horrific shape and is completely brutalized and probably putting his own head in that thing. But this isn't the person that's in the video. This person's face is covered. It's pathetic. Especially since I've been showing this shit for a really long time. This is the tree by his house. And this is what this stuff starts to look like. So, yes, does it look like a couple photos are on top of each other? Yeah. But the point being, what it's showing are elements. These are elements. There's the boxes in the back. Someone's face is in the box. There's the blue box that Summer Moon Wells told us to follow. There's the aqua one. The blue box is right in front of us. That's the blue box. That is the blue box just like this that was in Kylie Rodney's video. Just like it. I mean, you can't get any closer to the Summer Moon Wow's Missing Children's element than staring right at it in the frickin' doorway. It's right there. All of it. It's a joke, right? That blue box must be so key for Summer to tell us about it. I'm showing his face only because what's around his face is most important. It's not his face. I don't care about his face. But what happens to his face is what we are interested in. Because it's not his face it's happening to. I just showed you the guy's face and it looked like he had a mask on it, right? This is what they all wind up looking like. With the smiley face. And that's not a wheel. And it's got freaking Gacy's shit on it. That's John Wayne Gacy's signature. Oh, got it. This to me, like I always keep really good ones towards the bottom. This to me is really all I needed to show. Because this here pretty much sums up that it is a Summer Moon Wells missing children story. And this information is exactly what the authorities need to look at. This is what the wheel turns into. Hello. It's what the wheel turns into, you guys. Oh, I mean, this is such insane information that I'm not really clear how all this stuff it gets ignored over and over and over. Seriously, I could have put so much more time into the presentation, but I kept pushing it off, but the information is coming so quickly that I'm like, I have to keep up with it. It's really pathetic that none of this is being looked at. Oh, did I paste it? Oh my god, I just spaced out. Jesus. Here. Oh my god, what the fuck just happened? Okay, so you can't argue with me when you see these photos. Yeah, a lot of crazy stuff has been happening here. A lot of creepy, crazy shit. Again, just proving my point that this here is not the change of a tire. And I believe that I really proved the point. See all the little pieces in there? I'll tell you what's I can't believe is throughout this whole thing is that this freaking John Wayne Gacy thing is really weird. It's right there again. Okay, look at how disgusting this one is. So this is the same hand that winds up over hanging over the equipment, right? Um, Let me grab this to make it bigger. 45. This here is the stick with the number 5. Like this is a major piece that they keep. Right there. So that's what's in the wheel. Wait, let me crop it correctly. That is what the hands are on and is in the fake car. Let me crop it to show you guys that these are the elements that I have been showing you. See how I built up to this so nicely? Right there. That's it. We don't know what it is, but it's it matches. It's the red, the green, the whatever, and the blah blah blah, and it's the 5s, and it's connected. And they made these things, and this is like what the bracelet looks like, you guys. This is what the bracelet looks like. Look at that. It's all the same. My elements have not shifted for a moment. Here is the burnt head. You guys, this equipment is what this guy made years ago. There's no difference. It's all the same. It's the same equipment. And how I got and found all the same stuff is beyond me. Beyond me. See the V that goes, you remember I said to you, the bottom of the V where the V meets, that's where the head is? Well, there's the V and there's where the head is. This is what goes on top. You guys have seen this in the tops of the heads. That. They're doing a whole to-do. A whole thing. Here's what it looks like before it goes completely dark. It's pretty sick shit. And then you've seen this before. These are the heads covered in plastic. Now, this is real. Like I've shown this to you guys in Benny and Jody Sue's videos. This. And this here looks, I mean, to me that looks like the chipmunk that went with Summer. But they all kind of look like that. All part of the process. That's a major piece of element that he's holding, or someone is holding. These are little critters that I call, and I'll show you these to you a different time in different videos. Um, that's what was in the Beast and Bunch mouth. They're just everywhere. They're just little critters. That's all. So I call them. Um, I show this picture to you already on the right hand side, but the left hand side I'm going to crop in. What I'm going to show you is whoever is showing this video, to me, this is the doorway to hell. Right there. Right there. That's the ceiling. Just showing you elements. And this information is so ginormous and so important for the authorities to follow up on, that the blood's on them, because these pictures are pretty sick. And the pictures match up to all these children's cases that I'm working on. It's just, I can't even imagine what's going on in these photos. I can't. That's the same kind of a light that Sammy had on the night before, the night after, I don't know, Kylie went missing. That's the light that she went out, and I don't know what the hell she was doing. But here, see the ceiling? Always have to look at the ceiling. I'll turn it. Much better. Now you could see it clear. So this is the equipment. This is the Summer Moon Wells missing children information. And this is what no one in the law enforcement cared to look at. No matter how loud I get or how many blood stains I show or how many elements are in this room. And there are a lot of elements in this room. Whoops. This is towards the end. I probably should stop repeating myself because all I keep saying is this is what they're doing. And when I tell you guys that this is the story, and this is what I'm going to probably stop on, because if they want to stop it, they can. Basically, if they want to stop this shit, they can. If they don't want to, they don't have to. But this is real, and this is what they're doing. And it's not being stopped. These smiley faces and what's going into these wheels should be enough information against all the other information that I have put out there. This isn't normal. You guys, thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you, my mods. I hope that this information really does get shared and makes a difference. I just feel like no one cares that could make the difference. We do here. This is the Summer Moon Wells Missing Children. And I have the shit to back it up. To show this is what they're doing. So whenever anybody is ready, come get it. Really. Just come get it. This is the last photo here. Look at the corner left-hand side. That's your smiley face. And that is it for tonight, you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you to my mods, Muffin Top and Judy. And to my subscribers and to my members, thank you for supporting the channel over here. May justice come really soon, because I think we're all getting a little tired. Thank you all. God bless you all. And I'll see you all this weekend. Good night, folks.